You wake up, go to work, scroll, sleep, repeat. Somewhere along the way, you stopped recognizing the person in the mirror. You're not living, you're performing. And the worst part? You can't even remember when it started. If this is you, this video might change everything. Nowadays, people are trading goals for guidance systems. The question isn't whether you're successful by society's standards. It's whether you're living as yourself. Today, we're diving into the philosophy of self-discovery. We'll explore why you feel so disconnected, what philosophers discovered about finding your authentic self, and most importantly, the exact steps to begin your journey back to who you truly are. This isn't surface-level self-help. This is philosophy that will shake you awake. Let's begin. In 1855, a Danish philosopher named Søren Kierkegaard looked around at his society and saw something terrifying. He examined the loss of the genuine self in the mass, in society, and tried to present the process of recovering the authentic self. Sound familiar? He called it living inauthentically, adopting false personas and conforming to societal expectations, rather than living in accordance with one's true self. Fast forward 170 years, we don't just have one mask, we have dozens. The professional you, the social media you, the family you, the friend group you. Carl Jung, the Swiss psychiatrist, called this the persona, the mask each of us wears to navigate the world, essential for functioning in society, but dangerous when mistaken for the authentic self. Here's the question that should terrify you. Who are you when no one's watching? When there's no performance, no audience, no expectations? If you can't answer that, you're not alone. But here's what Kierkegaard understood. Universal truths are discovered in the concrete experiences of individual lives, not in what everyone else is doing, but in your unique experience. The problem is simple, but devastating. You've been living someone else's script for so long, you forgot you could write your own. Kierkegaard's work on authenticity suggests that each person must become what one is. But wait, how can you become what you already are? That's the paradox that unlocks everything. You're not discovering a hidden treasure chest inside yourself. You're creating yourself through the choices you make every single day. For Kierkegaard, living authentically means embracing the paradoxes of existence and committing to a path of personal faith and responsibility. It means facing the terrifying reality that you are responsible for who you become. No one else can do it for you. No guru, no system, no algorithm, just you. And if that sounds overwhelming, here's where it gets really interesting. Carl Jung took Kierkegaard's ideas and created a roadmap. He called it individuation, the process of self-realization, the discovery and experience of meaning and purpose in life, the means by which one finds oneself and becomes who one really is. Here's what Jung understood that most self-help completely misses. To individuate, one ultimately needs to strip away the social mask and false identity the ego created, and the unconscious influences of the archetypes. You have to confront your shadow, all the parts of yourself you've been hiding. The anger you pretend doesn't exist, the desires you've labeled as wrong, the dreams you've called unrealistic. Shadow work involves recognizing and integrating aspects of yourself you may have ignored or denied, perhaps aggression or envy. Most people spend their entire lives running from their shadow, and that's exactly why they never find themselves. But here's the promise. Individuation as a method of self-development makes us more capable in life, as we aim towards psychological wholeness and increase the number of skills and character traits at our disposal. This isn't about becoming perfect, it's about becoming whole. Enough theory. Let's talk about what you actually do. Kierkegaard believed that the only true philosophy stems from life, maintaining that the only life we truly know is our own experience. So stop consuming, stop producing, stop performing. Create a daily practice, even just 10 minutes, where you sit with yourself and ask, who am I without my job title? What do I believe that I've never questioned? What would I do if no one was watching? Creating a space to capture your thoughts and insights is where the self-discovery journey begins. Get a journal. Make it sacred. No judgment. Just truth. This is where most people quit. Because looking at your shadow is uncomfortable. But this is non-negotiable. Ask yourself, what parts of me am I ashamed of? What do I criticize most in others? That's usually what you're suppressing in yourself. What dreams have I given up on because they felt childish or impossible? Write it down. All of it. The ugly parts, the scary parts, the parts that don't fit your Instagram aesthetic. This is where transformation begins. Now here's where it gets practical. Core values are the principles that guide decisions and define what matters most to you. And discovering your values provides clarity for making aligned choices. Not what you should value, not what your parents value, not what gets engagement on social media. What actually matters to you? List 5 to 7 core values. Then look at your life honestly. Are you living them? Or are you living a contradiction? Here's the part that separates philosophy from fantasy. Self-knowledge pursuits are meaningless when they're not brought to the concrete world. Self-discovery isn't just an internal journey. The individuation process demands that we let go of fantasies of being special and become more human, achieving completeness rather than illusory perfection. Start small, but start today. Say no to one thing that doesn't align with your values. Have one honest conversation where you show your real self. Take one action toward a dream you've been hiding. Jung writes that you must fulfill the way that is in you, not measure or compare, as no other way is like yours. Self-discovery isn't a one-time event. It's an ongoing process. Do an annual life audit. Set flexible goals that evolve with you. Keep experimenting. Life changes, you change. That's not failure, that's growth. So what actually happens when you find yourself? People who have walked the path of individuation report they came to themselves, could accept themselves, became reconciled to themselves, and thus to adverse circumstances. You stop seeking validation from others because you've validated yourself. You stop feeling anxious about missing out because you're finally present in your own life. You stop comparing yourself to others because you understand your path is incomparable. Living authentically means elevating oneself above mass culture to transcend conventional morality, personally determining what is good and bad. This is radical freedom. Not the freedom to do whatever you want, but the freedom to be whoever you are. And here's the science. Studies show that people with a clear purpose experience greater happiness, resilience, and better physical health. You've been sleepwalking through someone else's life. But here's the truth that both Kierkegaard and Jung understood. You have the power to shape your own destiny, requiring willingness to make difficult choices and take risks in pursuit of your goals and values. The journey back to yourself won't be comfortable. It requires courage to face what you've been avoiding. It requires honesty to admit who you're not. And it requires action to become who you are. But the alternative? Continuing to live as a ghost in your own life. Kierkegaard urges us to embark on a lifelong journey of self-discovery, encouraging us to live authentically and passionately. You don't need permission. You don't need a perfect plan. You just need to take the first step. Your authentic life is waiting. The only question is, will you claim it? Start today. Right now, journal one honest page about who you are when no one's watching. Identify one value you've been ignoring. Take one small action toward your real self. If this video hit home, share it with someone who's also lost right now. They need to hear this. Subscribe if you want more philosophy that actually changes lives, not just sounds good. And remember what Kierkegaard taught us. Life is not a problem to be solved, but a reality to be experienced. Welcome home to yourself.